Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get these blonde highlights with my honey brown hair. This is a part 2 to my last hair tutorial, so if you want your hair to turn out exactly like this, then you do need to make sure that you check out that first video, because that's always my step 1 when I'm dyeing my hair brown. But now I'm going to show you guys how I added these blonde highlights and lightened this hair up, and I just love the results. Today I'm going to show you guys what I like to use for my natural hair. I have a routine whenever I'm going to relax my hair, and I like to use all of these products. I have another neutralizing shampoo. You definitely want to make sure you're using a neutralizing shampoo whenever you do plan on doing a relaxer. I'm using the Mizani relaxer, and I like this because it's not so harsh on the scalp. I'm going to go in and use this first on my natural hair. And then I'm also using the Mizani Scalp Care Shampoo and the conditioner. Once I'm done with that whole process and my hair is dry, I always go in with my meal. There's just so many benefits to using this that I'm obsessed. I also like using this rice water. This helps with split ends and hair retention, so I use this on my natural hair too. I'm probably not going to use this time just because I'm doing a relaxer on my hair, but usually you would use this first and then wash your hair. I feel like if you only leave the bleach on and snatch it right off 15 to 20 minutes, you have to snatch it off. That's the key to using it. Then your hair will still be fine. The end result of this hair that you guys are gonna see is also from me coloring my hair brown in my last video. So if you want your hair to come out just like this, make sure you do go check out the first video. I'm gonna link it at the top, but we're gonna add these highlights to it using this Blondor. This is from Wella. You need a bowl so you can get your measurements right. I am gonna add one more bundle to the bundles that I used in my previous video. I just have to catch the bleach right at 15 or 20 minutes. That's the perfect shade that I want. Bundle, I think that'll make a total of maybe 4 bundles that I have installed, 4.5. You always want to make sure that you're reading the instructions on the back of whatever products you're using. So I'm following my instructions and pouring the developer into this bowl. It has the ounces written in here, and that just makes it a lot easier for me to follow. I just really like to have the bleach in there first. I like to add the developer. I just think it mixes a little easier. You want to make sure that you stir this really well, at least a minute of just making sure that it's blended really nicely, because you definitely want a nice consistency. Not really too liquidy, but it needs to be more of a cream like. Here's what the hair looks like after doing our step 1 in the last video. So I'm going to link the video up top somewhere for you guys. So go check that video out. But that's why we already have a couple of these bundles are chocolate brown. I made the mistake of adding way too much developer, and you just won't get the same result. I know a lot of people are scared to use bleach, but I feel like as long as you put it on and take it off really quickly, it works effectively. So be sure to make sure you're timing how long you're leaving that bleach on. I wouldn't leave it on any longer than 10 or 15 minutes. Unless you're planning on going really light blonde, and then you're going to do a toner and all of those things to color correct the hair. But if you just want a lighten honey look like what we're going for, 10 to 15 minutes at the max, and just wash it out. Starting just more with that free-handed ombre look. I do this every single time I dye my hair. I just go in and choose sections. I don't really like a super uniform look, so some of my sections will be thicker, 1 to 2 inches. And then I'll also have some smaller pieces. I am going to bleach some of my bundles a lot. And then for some of the other bundles, I'm going to just do a couple of smaller pieces so that my final result won't just be super uniformed, and it'll be color throughout the hair. I'm just going in with the light hand, making sure that I work that bleach all the way through. You can go vertical, and then you also want to go horizontal just to work all of that bleach into the hair. For some of the pieces, I am going to pull the bleach all the way down to the very end. And for other pieces, I'm only going to put it towards the center of the hair. Those first couple of bundles you guys saw me dyeing are a little darker, more of the chocolate brown, but then I do start to color the hair that's already a little lighter. And you guys are going to see for the final result how this will really have that true honey brown look in certain parts of the hair that were already lighter. It's going to be that perfect shade of brown that I want to mix in with that other chocolate brown. And I'm just watching the hair. You can see how it's turning. It starts to develop really, really quickly. So you definitely want to make sure you're watching that. I wouldn't even leave it. Like, I was not going to mess up this color. And this is like my brown hair routine at this point. I do this all the time. I kind of feel like I have it to where I know I'll like the results. And then for some of my smaller bundles, I did decide to leave the bleach on just a little longer just so that I can have some true blonde streaks. Not a lot of the hair, but just a few of the pieces. I use that meal for like hair growth and my natural hair, but this I'll use a little bit of this on my natural hair, but I love using this on extensions. It just brings that like healthy look back, that shiny look. So I love this, and it's super light. Like, you can add a lot of this and it's still really light and thin, so that's a really big plus. And then I also like this pattern hair serum. This is a little heavier. For this, I'll put this in the palm of my hand, and then I go in and just kind of like bunch it in the hair. And here is the finished result. As you guys can see, we have about 3 different shades of brown going on and a few blonde highlights also, but you guys can see how we have that chocolate brown, and then it also fades into this really pretty honey brown shade. Just because I know once it all comes together, I love how it's these high and low lights type of look. Obsessed with the final result. Like I told you guys, it just blends so effortlessly. I love how it has this ombre look. You can see we have some of those blonde pieces in there. Not too much because I don't want to just have this blonde look, but I love that my hair is mostly brown now. It's giving that honey brown look that I'm super into. If you guys like this video and felt like it was helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're gonna try this brown look out, let me know. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Tay Franklin.